What's up, guys? I'm checking out the electric G-Wagon, or as Mercedes calls it, the G580 with EQ technology. Anyway, this is an all-electric G-Wagon. They kept a lot of things the same on it, which is kind of cool, but they gave it four electric motors instead of the gasoline motor. Has 580 horsepower in it, and all electric, pretty low on the kilowatt hour. It's a small battery, limited range, like 225 miles or something like that. But why I'm checking this out is if you guys have seen any of my other YouTube videos, I'm not crazy about my Escalade IQ, and I'm looking for a replacement for that. This seems like it might be something similar. I do want to stick with an EV. It's a lot smaller, as you can see here. It sits up at high, kind of boxy like a Jeep, which I love, but overall the size is a lot smaller. So, kind of did a little bit of a tour, looked around this thing, and drove it. Unfortunately, I don't have any video of the actual drive because this was just borrowed from a dealer.
Kind of
But as you can see, it is not a three row vehicle. It's just
similar in
just two rows,
size
unlike
to
the
her
IQ. Good
defend
bit of space for a two row because it is boxy, but
defender
it is significantly
is
smaller
the
on the
one
interior
is the
than the
defender
IQ. It's
110.
very nicely finished on the inside. I'm not crazy about this back door that swings open to the side. They did get rid of the spare tire on the back and replace it with just kind
Lot
of a backpack
smaller than
box.
the
This is
Escalade.
the Edition 1. This is just a beautiful vehicle. It has blue accents on the outside and the inside, so you see the blue stitching here. There's also blue in the carbon fiber. There's blue accents on the outside, has blue brake calipers. It's really just a beautiful vehicle. You can see a little bit of the pearl kind of coming through the shimmering in the paint job there. It's just about indistinguishable from the non-electric, the gasoline G-Wagon, which I think is a good thing. It's a really beautiful vehicle. The front's just a tiny bit different there on the grille. On the inside, you'll notice that it is a lot like the gasoline G-Wagon. It is just beautiful in here, and it has a nice display. It has the analog style gauges, even though they're obviously digital, which I like. It has lots of physical buttons, which I also like. The stalks are normal. We have the plus and minus they look like paddle shifters, but actually they do the regenerative braking, similar to what it does in the Escalade IQ. Also, we have in the center here, we have some buttons that'll let you do the tank turn, which a lot of people talk about on this, but it actually is kind of a gimmick. It's really hard to use, and you can only use it in very particular circumstances. So don't get too excited about that. The other things that you'll notice is just the leather throughout is really nice. All the touch points inside here are soft. It's a very nice vehicle. It's a nice place to be in. The stereo system's amazing in here. It just has that high-end finish to it, but it is a little bit smaller. You will notice your elbow might get a little bit close to the passenger's elbow if you have two big people in the front. Driving the 580e, I was definitely impressed. It rode really nice. It was extremely smooth for how
Lot
tall it is. It didn't seem to
smaller
have too much body
than
roll around the turns.
lot
It also does have great
smaller than the
acceleration. While the stats aren't that
Escalade.
crazy with the 580 horsepower, it does have something like almost 860 foot-pounds of torque, which is really what you feel when you step on the accelerator. It really does kind of launch right off the line. It feels great to drive. It has plenty of acceleration. I think it's 4.6 in 0 to 60, but again, it feels faster than that. And for a large SUV, it's about 7,000 pounds. That's really good. It's not in the realm of your fast electric Teslas or your Rivian or the Lucid, but it's definitely still quick. But what it's really made for is for being able to off-road. This thing has a lot of off-road prowess, has some real a lot of gauges, a lot of ability, has ground clearance. It does have air suspension, so it can lift up and give you a little bit of extra ground clearance when you need it. But mostly nobody's really going to be off-roading this thing. It's made for the road, but it does that very, very well. It rides nice. It is quiet. It's a plush ride, and it's a luxurious place to be. I actually do think that it drives nicer than the Escalade IQ, in my opinion. The G580e is just priced insane right now. We know this is going to come down. There's going to be very little demand for this vehicle with its limited range and crazy high price. I think the dealers are going to have to start really cutting huge deals on this. So we'll wait and see what happens there. I expect this to come down a good bit, but again, this is the Edition 1. The regular is going to be a little bit less. Let me know what you guys think on these two vehicles versus one another, what you think I should do, and your opinions. I appreciate it. And until the next video, thanks a lot. Have a great day.